You know the people that own this property?
I don't answer questions.
You got your driver's license on you?
For what?
Because you're on property that doesn't belong to you.
How do you know this, sir?
Because you won't answer my questions.
You're on property that does not belong to you.
How
correct?
do you know that?
Because I know you do not live here.
Who told you this information?
That's from knowing the community.
You know
Go ahead.
everyone that lives here. You know all their friends. You know everybody that's doing business here. You know everybody that works here. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct. Listen, man, you're really not worth my time. I'm going to be honest with you.
In this encounter, an officer approaches a man parked on property believed to be private after prior complaints in the area. With no specific crime reported, the officer questions him. When he refuses, the encounter escalates into a detention for suspected trespassing. Under the Fourth Amendment, the issue is whether presence alone and refusal to answer creates reasonable suspicion to justify detention.
What's going on, man?
Nothing.
You know the people that own this property?
I don't answer questions.
Huh?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions?
No, sir.
All right, I'm Officer T with the Hardyville Police Department.
Nice to meet you.
I just want to let you know I'm out with you, okay? It's just because you're in this property.
Okay.
Okay. Just checking to see if you know the people that own this place.
Okay.
We've had people drive through the yard and cause some damage.
I understand.
That's it. So if you don't know them and you're not supposed to be here, then you need to leave the property. Okay? Is that fair?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions?
No,
I'll tell
sir.
you what, you got your driver's license on you?
For what, sir?
Because I'm getting out with you because you're on property that doesn't belong to you.
How do you know this, sir?
Because you won't answer my questions, so now I want to identify you to find out.
Can I talk to your supervisor?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, that's perfect.
My heart always starts beating every time I talk to a cop. I don't know why.
Listen, man.
Huh?
It ain't got to be like that.
No, I'm saying every time I
You
talk
don't have to, though. You know what I mean? Just chill. Just conversation.
I understand. I understand that, but you know, with what's going on nowadays, cops fish a lot.
Not here.
So you know,
here.
I like to make sure.
You're on property that you don't own. Okay.
You don't know that, sir.
I do know that you don't own this property.
Okay.
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 So you're on property that you don't own. Now, if you have permission to be here, that's fine. But you won't identify yourself, so I don't know that you got permission to be here or not.
Okay.
Okay. So, it's no big deal. He'll be here in a minute.
Am I being detained?
You're being detained, yes.
Okay. For what crime? Am I?
Because you wanted to talk to my supervisor. I'm out trying to...
I'm being detained because I want to speak to your supervisor?
I'm trying to find out why you're on this property, okay?
Okay.
Detaining someone for requesting a supervisor does not meet constitutional standards. A lawful detention must be based on suspicion of a crime, not a request for oversight.
I'm on my lunch break. I always look for a little...
So, that's where I know you from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
But there's no reason to do that. Does that make sense?
It doesn't.
Okay, so again, I've already explained why I got out with you.
And I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I'm just you getting my information is what I'm not cool with. I'll talk to your supervisor. He's here.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So he's on property that he doesn't own. I go to get out with him. He pulls through the yard to come out here.
Mm-hmm.
So then I drive around, block him off. He immediately doesn't want to identify himself. Doesn't want to tell me why he's here. So now he only wants to speak to a supervisor. So that would be you because I don't have a supervisor.
Yeah. What's up?
I don't know. I was at the little part right of the concrete. He pulled behind me. I saw he was reading my... He was...
The concrete right here?
Right here where the little shadow is.
Yeah.
I was there and he pulled behind me, started checking my plates.
Yeah.
So he's...
Do you live here?
I don't answer questions. When
So that's what I got.
So when I was
I believe you were difficult the last time we talked to you at the park.
I didn't... Did I speak with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is obviously because you were on lunch break, correct?
Affirmative.
Are you on lunch break today
I don't
as
answer.
well?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions.
No,
okay.
sir.
So you're driving in this state though, and you're on property that is not yours. You understand that, right?
I don't answer questions, sir.
Do you understand that?
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
That's a question. I don't answer questions.
So listen, man, you're making this more difficult than it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that, right?
I don't answer questions.
You understand what I'm saying?
I don't answer questions.
So this is what I got.
You do realize that, like, you acting like this is not helping the situation.
I understand. I'll answer that question. I understand that.
You understand that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the reason for being difficult? Please tell me.
I don't answer questions, but let me ask you a question. Am I
Yeah.
being detained right now?
What's that?
Am I being detained right now?
Yes, you are.
For what reason, sir?
For what reason?
Yes.
For you're on private property that is not yours.
How do you know this?
What's that?
How do you know this?
This vehicle does not return to here. You will not provide any information that say this property is yours. We patrol this area every single day. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And your car has never been here. And you don't live in that trailer. You understand the police department is a block down the street, right?
I'll answer that question.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So if you can tell me that you're here visiting a friend and we can verify that, we'll be out of here.
I don't answer questions, sir.
But
So if
That's
I don't,
not-
if
that's
I
not
don't answer
answering the
none of your
question.
questions, what's gonna happen to me at this point?
what do you mean?
What's gonna happen? Because I'm missing my lunch break because he told me that I was being detained. After I was being detained, I told him I'll speak to a supervisor.
Yeah.
So I
So
want
are
to
you
know
going to speak with me? Or are you going to play these games? Because I'm all with being a grown adult in this situation, okay? And I understand your rights and all that, okay? All right?
Am I required to answer your questions?
You are at this point because he is out with you, okay?
So
as
what-
a suspicious vehicle on private property.
Okay.
So at this point,
He has to
okay, all we
investigate.
need is reasonable suspicion. You understand that, correct?
Suspicion of what?
What's that?
Suspicion of what?
That any type of criminal activity may be afoot?
Officers reference reasonable suspicion, but do not clearly identify specific facts supporting a trespassing violation.
Like what,
All right,
sir?
being able to invest until our investigation or our suspicion is dispelled, we can ask you questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I
You
have to
understand
answer
that?
them?
What's that?
Do I have to answer your questions?
You have the right to remain silent in anything you want.
Then I'll remain silent, sir. Until you're done with your investigation, I'll be all.
However, what you're leading us to, and this is completely unnecessary. Okay.
So if I'm not doing anything wrong,
Listen.
I'm supposed to prove to you that I'm not doing nothing wrong? Is that how it works? I'm asking
Listen.
a question to you that you're a supervisor.
Okay, so, yeah. All right. So let me explain it to you one more time. Okay. You're on property that does not belong to you. Correct. Yes. Because you don't answer questions. But that is correct. 100% truth at this point. An officer sees that you're here, goes out with your vehicle, and sees that the vehicle is occupied by one individual, which is you.
Yes.
That's truth. Okay. So from that point, what are you doing here, sir? Do you live here? No,
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
And that's what I told him.
So do you understand what our job is?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Investigate
So
away.
if you're not where you're
I'm not
supposed to
stopping
be,
you.
go knock on their door.
He would tell me. Now, let's say this.
Listen,
If I would have answered all your questions,
we would be done.
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So what's
Like,
the
you're
difference?
making this more
so
difficult.
what's the difference? If I would answer your
Because
question,
listen, a reasonable person would answer those questions.
Okay.
Okay? And they would understand that when a law enforcement officer stops you in a vehicle, that you're required to identify yourself at that point.
Okay,
Okay?
I'll make sure with the chief if that's correct, because that's why I'm recording this.
That's fine.
because
We're recording
then,
too.
Then I'll take it up a little higher and find out if if everything that you guys have done from the moment that I started recording was correct. We'll find out, because
That's
I know I'm not doing nothing wrong.
You're absolutely doing something wrong by not identifying yourself at this point.
Have I committed a crime?
What's that?
Have I committed a crime?
Have you committed a crime?
Yes.
As far as what? Trespassing?
Trespassing.
Yes, you have.
So
You have committed-
so the law for trespassing, don't I have to be told to leave in order for me to be trespassed?
What's that?
Don't I have to be told to leave a place in order to be trespassed?
You could be. Yes. All right. But if it's posted, no. Or if the resident calls and says there's somebody here and I don't want him here,
Did someone
we can
call?
come make contact with you
Did someone call?
and
I
identify
wanna
you.
know.
No one
Okay.
called.
The officer acknowledges key elements of trespassing such as notice or a complaint, yet neither appears to be present in this situation.
Okay.
Again, I don't understand why you're making this more difficult than it needs to be.
Don't I have the right to remain silent?
You always have the right to remain silent.
If you haven't told me I committed a crime,
Do you have a driver's license?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, so see, here we go. So you expect us to let you drive off?
What have I done wrong?
I've already told you that.
What?
You're on property that does not belong to you.
How
correct?
do you know that?
What's that?
How do you know that?
Because I know you do not live here.
Who told you this information?
What's that?
Who told you this information?
That's from knowing the community. The street that we drive down hundreds of times every single day.
Okay.
Okay?
So you know everyone
again,
that lives
listen.
here. No, I'm asking a question. You know everyone that lives here. You know all their friends. You know everybody. You know everybody that's doing business here. You know everybody that works here. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct. People don't park right there on somebody's front lawn that don't live here. You understand that, right?
I don't answer questions, sir.
So
you keep asking questions that I don't want to answer. So
it's just a simple
don't I have the right to not answer the questions I don't want to answer?
You cannot answer whatever you want.
So I remain silent. So whatever question you ask, I'll plead the fifth. I'll stay quiet.
Okay.
And I'll let you do what you gotta do. Like I said, I know I'm not doing nothing wrong. I know I'm not doing nothing wrong.
No one's even saying you're doing anything wrong.
So why am I being detained? Why is he asking for my license when nobody has called?
The Fifth Amendment protects the right to remain silent, and exercising that right cannot be used as justification for extending a detention.
Nobody has told me to leave. My car wasn't off. Oh, was it off?
You started driving.
I'm asking, was my car?
I don't know. All right, look,
I get nervous.
I'm done with you.
Okay, go ahead. Do what
Are you
you
gonna
gotta do.
identify yourself or not?
What's gonna happen if I don't show any identification?
Well, I can't let you leave because I don't know if you have a driver's license.
Then I'll
Does that
stay
make
here.
sense?
Do you want me to turn off the car? I'll turn it off. Keys on board. Because sir, I haven't been told to leave. I was in the little.
Listen.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
As far as you haven't been told to leave, and that you were just parked here.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Last time I spoke to your chief, he told me that nobody should have kicked me out of that place. That I was in a public place. I was kicked out of it.
Okay.
So my thing is this: who took you saying just because of your knowledge of the people that live here? Now, where's the sign that I said that I can't park there to turn around to do anything?
Listen, I understand where you're going with this, all right? And you have a valid point, okay? As far as, are there no trespassing signs posted on the property? I don't see any, okay? So I'll agree with you on
What
that.
if I was looking for land?
Listen.
What if I'm looking for information to buy?
Then let me ask you this.
Which I am, by the way. But go ahead.
Let me ask you this, okay? Just, again, we can play this game all day.
I'm not playing no games, sorry. This is my life. I have to be sure of what I...
Are you going to let me talk, or are you going to continue? All right. However, most people, when they come into contact with law enforcement, all right, will state, hey, what are you doing here? You're on private property. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I will be leaving. Okay? You understand that? Or they'll say, oh, well, I'm checking out this land because I'm interested in buying it, and I saw it's for sale.
I'm playing the fifth every time you ask a question, so if I stay quiet, I don't want you to
Listen,
think
man,
it's... No,
you're really not worth my time. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? Because
I feel sorry for that, bro.
I mean, you're really not. Okay? You need to leave.
I'm trying to leave. As soon as your cop pulled behind me, I tried to leave. He didn't even have to say anything.
Listen.
As soon as he pulled behind me, I knew that it was going to be a problem, that I was parked there, because he said I was parked. So I tried leaving.
If you knew
I wasn't going to go.
you were doing nothing wrong.
Let me finish. I wasn't going to go back because he was blocking my path.
Gotcha.
At that point, what am I going to do? There's another exit. So nowhere says you can't drive through there to here. There's nothing. I know you're explaining in circles. I understand, but at this point, we're stuck.
Understand.
We're stuck because I'm not showing ID. If I don't have a reason to show you ID, I'm gonna plead the fifth to every question you ask. So, like I said, do what you need to do. I'm not stopping you from doing nothing.
But see, we're not. Again, like, I look at things as we can play this, but you're really not worth my time. Honestly.
So can I leave?
You're not worth me ripping out of your vehicle. Okay.
I'll get out. You don't have to
You know
do
what I'm
that.
saying? I'm just saying.
If
It's
you
not
tell
worth
me to
it.
get out, I'll get out. You don't have to rip. You don't have to threaten me with ripping me out of
Well,
the
I'm
car.
just letting you know if like that's what you're looking for, like for this to escalate any further, it's not going to.
Why would I want to
Okay.
be ripped out of my own car?
Because that's what some people do. All right.
Okay. I'm not most
they do
people.
this to get a reaction from us. Again, dude.
I was
like,
enjoying my lunch break. The last
Dude,
thing I
that's
want
what you said the last
last thing I
time.
want to be doing is to be talking to you on my lunch break. I only get an hour for lunch break. Right now, I'm gonna have to clock in, so I'm gonna have to start charging you by the minute because I have to be working somewhere else. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. There's guides that you have to follow, so I'm making sure that you stay by it.
Yeah.
Now, if
So
you tell
even-
me I have to do something because if not you arrest me, then I'll do it. So
you'll
say
do
those words and then threaten me with arrest. If I don't show you my ID, then I'll show you my ID.
Well, that's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, right? Because you know what's gonna happen after. I'm gonna have to go make a complaint. Now, if you don't tell me I'm free to go, and if I'm being detained, tell me why. And if not, and after that, I'll talk to your supervisor.
I told you why you're
Okay,
getting detained.
am
and
I
now
free
you
to go?
expect me to let you drive off
No, I
without
don't-
verifying that you have a good driver's
I don't
license.
expect you to do nothing, sir.
That's what you're asking us to do.
But your job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So if I don't show you my license, what's gonna happen? You're gonna keep me here all day?
no,
Am I gonna miss work?
no, I'm going to tell you not to drive.
Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to drive right now. You're gonna stop me from driving.
What's that?
You're gonna stop me from driving.
You can make your own decisions.
So can he
Does
move
have a
his car so I
customer
can?
number or what?
He's got a customer number.
What's his name?
Mr. Control.
Contreras? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, like again, am I free to go? Well, not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
What are you waiting for right now for so you can let me go?
To make sure the vehicle's clear and
Okay. I'll be waiting for
see
that.
who's-
Can I get out? Because it's hot and the sun is. As long as you're detaining me, I'd rather not stay in the car.
So here's where we're at. Okay. Again, you're not worth any type of lawsuit, use of force event, anything like that. All right. So if you don't
are you
listen,
gonna threaten me with that?
are you gonna listen to me?
I'm trying to.
Okay.
Without you
So,
threatening me, and then I
If
get
you don't
hyped.
have a driver's license,
Uh-huh.
which you know for fact, yes or no, okay, then I would not drive. That's my advice to you. Take it, leave it, okay? Because when we stop you on a traffic stop, if that happens, you are required to identify yourself, okay? You understand that, correct?
I don't answer questions, sir.
Okay,
I told
of
you
course
any
not.
questions you
Anyways,
ask.
you
let me
can-
finish.
listen.
Let me finish my answer.
No, let me finish.
Okay, I'll let you finish.
Since we can't make contact with that homeowner right now to verify that you're allowed to be here, all right, you can sit here until they get home. Consider this your education session, okay? Because the next time it's not going to end up like
Not
this.
a good one, bro. You showed more attitude and everything. Now I feel like Mr. Tebow. He knows me already. He remember my car. He even knows. They even told me where I live. So I feel like they have it against me now. Because he even threatened me if we stop you somewhere else. That means they're gonna be looking for me.
This encounter centers on the Fourth Amendment, which requires reasonable, articulable suspicion of a specific crime before detention. Here, officers relied on the man's presence and refusal to answer questions without a complaint or clear trespass. Although they acknowledged his right to remain silent, they continued using it to justify the stop, raising serious constitutional concerns.